This is Bognor Herald Video News, April the 3rd, 2022. I'm Jan Cosgrove. Hello. Looking back at the past week's news on our Facebook page, stories are uploaded daily there, and world news, etc., etc. Of course, Mr. Will Smith occupy far more space than is warranted in a world of Ukraine, national insurance hike, cost of living crisis, global warming, famine, you name it. This annual self-indulgence exercise to boost the billion-dollar fantasy factory topped its irrelevance. Mr. Smith takes umbrage at Mr. Whoever, delivers a fresh prince of hot air bitch slap on air, and we're still being deluged with the comment etc ad nauseam. So it's all against Mr. Smith, poor Mr. Rock. Really? So let's reduce this to its proper level, an academy. We've got one in Bognor. Yep. A girl wears a wig because of alopecia. She gets bullied. One day a kid taunts her in the playground. A friend or sibling of hers does what Will did. Hey, he and the bully both get sent to the principal. The one who struck out gets detention, and so does the bully, hopefully twice as long. Shimples. This month sees the introduction of the new national insurance employee hike, all to pay for senior care, etc. Allegedly 36 billion over 3 years. There's a new lower threshold of £12,000 per annum before you start to pay. But, as I've pointed out before, the better paid have a maximum level at which they pay the full rate, around 50k a year. Above and beyond that, they pay just 2%. So I ran this through a calculator, and the worker on £15,000 a year pays an effective 2.7% on gross. And the guy on 1 million pays 3.3% on his gross. But on 21,000, I think he pays, 5.7%. On 33,000, he pays 8.4%. On 45,000, he pays 9.75%. On 65,000, he pays 8.4%. On £82,000 MP salary rate, by the way, he pays 7.3%. And on 250,000, a cool £250,000, he pays 4.4%. Well, my FOIA questions reveal that over 3 years, abolishing this perk would raise around 25 billion, enough to pay for most of the elder care, and doing so by the simple expedient of people paying their fair share. Any MPs listening? You bet not. Not so far. Hello, Nick Gibb MP. The night sky, a wonder of the world, often shrouded here by cloud and fog, but also by light pollution. But is there any need for this to happen? Only over 1/3 of street light is wasted by dispersing upwards. Simple shielding design on lamps could end that and reduce energy costs. We have a night sky article as to what's visible in the past week's post. Do have a look upwards. NHS parking charges for staff are to be reintroduced a month later than planned. Oh, goody. A touchy matter, one hugely unpopular with staff and public. We ran 2 articles on this last week, including that some staff are looking to quit. Surely, they all say, this is exactly the wrong moment to do this during this economic perfect storm. 372,000 sewage discharges into rivers, etc., by our water companies in the past year, Southern not least among them. Government target to reduce by 40% by 2040. Many say this is not ambitious enough, and more will ask, has the time come to look at privatised water industry as to whether it's proven itself up to the mark as opposed to rewarding its shareholders? Maybe that's a political story to play itself into the next general election. On railways, the Scottish Parliament has just nationalised ScotRail. We have Southern Rail here. Mixed sauce for the goose? In Servite Close, a plaque to the memory of 25 Servite sisters, unveiled by the town mayor in the cemetery there, commemorating their service in the convent that once stood there. On Friday we run stories from our 3 universities, Chichester, Sussex and Portsmouth. And I was impressed and continue to be impressed at what is being researched and published across a wide range of subjects. You should keep in touch with their work via the Herald Weekly. It's fascinating. Football. Good news? Well, nearly. Rocks FC secure 3-3 draw with Hornchurch. The report has just been published. So has the after-match comment and also the highlights. So have a look at the Facebook page now. Littlehampton Town FC will play at Wembley Stadium in the FA Vase final after easing past Loughborough students 4-0 yesterday afternoon. The Marigolds played in front of a sellout crowd of over 3,000 at Littlehampton Sportsfield in St Flora's Road as they romped past the visitors in style. It was the first semi-final in the FA Vase for Littlehampton in 31 years, with their last semi-final ending in defeat back in 1991 against Gresley Rovers. Well done, Marigolds. Now, April Fool or not. We've got a list of them. They've been pulled across Sussex. Have a look at it online. Turner's introduced triangular pies. Read for yourself and see. From the photo, it looks pretty much to me a case of pi r squared. Speaking of foolery, well done to the councillors at Arran who liked our spoof Up Uranus. Frankie Howard star, looking at the history of an area around the river Uran in southern Britannicus. I lampoon myself as well. Buggerluggiest described. My father used to call me Buggerlugs. And I end with a postscript in that style. Titter, what a pretty name. That's Buggerluggis's slave. And she was popular as she took messages around between citizens. Yes, it was all on Titter. Or is it Titter ye not? Goodbye. Or farewell.